This.
No, I've got some somewhere. I've got two pairs from there.
Find out the first couple of initial strikes whether it's successful.
You can generally hear it if it's homogenized.
Ting, it's gone.
Is that both on?
No, just one. I think the front one can go on.
Have you got to get it to, well, you'll be getting it up to almost melted.
Yeah.
A bit higher than what you would normally get.
You want it like a bright yellow as opposed to like a red. But then people say that, when people say like when you see them on videos and that, and people say, oh, you should get it up to a cherry red and then quench it. But when you actually watch like a load of different knife makers making them, I've never seen a cherry red yet.
Yeah, their interpretation of the cherry red stage is different.
Promising? Good, good.
Once it's started, I might turn the second fan off.
Yeah. You managed to hold it?
It's looking promising.
Whoopsie. He has no hairs on his arms and all.
Look, what a walk.
Isn't it? Beautiful.
Yep. Right, I think we turn the second fan off, just have one on. Like Japan, I've got 2 assistants.
Sat having a pee without almost empty the bladder.
Blurry there, Paul, isn't it?
Maybe keep your eye on the thing, Paul.
I'm moving that fast, see, it's, you can,
It's just a blur.
yeah. Cool.
On the billet.
Oh, we've already done that.
Well. We might have done that.
Want a hole?
Yeah. So like you can pass them all the way around. Like that.
Thanks for that, yeah. Right, we've had a little bit of a setback because we bust the tongs, so we're not going to give up, we're going to carry on, or we just let it cool down a bit.
We'll let it sit as it is for a minute and then we'll start with the fucking forge back, and I'll just use these for holdings.
Right.
We can make do. Well, I'm not surprised they broke, but that's I don't like stainless. When they do it in Japan, for instance, they use like a long bar, and then they put the pieces of steel on the tip of it and forge weld the lot together.
Right.
And then use like the extension handle to give you
yeah.
better control rather than trying to hold it with tongs.
Are you going to use that file, or are you going to use a bit of rebar? Or?
Oh, I'll just ding it with these. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. These things are meant to make us better.
Yep.
And like Chris says, you learn more from your mistakes than you do from your
Exactly.
successes.
But if push comes to shove, we can set up the welder again and just weld the bar.
Oh, yeah. We'll see how it goes.
When you're in the field, you don't have many choices, do you?
No.
You can only work with what you've got.
Well, it's like a lot of things when you're in the field, like when people do programs about Alaska and like upper Lapland and stuff like that. When you're in places out the way, it's more important to be able to make the tools that you're going to use, because you can't just pop to you can't just pop to a shop and buy them.
Exactly.
So we'll just continue, improvise, adapt, overcome.
Well, yeah.
You tend to find a lot of people always say, why don't you hold the hammer at the bottom, because that gives you like your maximum sort of impact, but you don't have as much control over it. Next time we flip it over and do that again on the back side.
Yeah.
Commercial flare.
It's all like leaf springs and axles.
Yeah, pretty much. Ow, 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 ow.
Bent ahead.
Burn.
Put it in the water if it's hot. Your hand.
That'll be alright.
Well, I'm going to jump through the glove or something.
Bit of a jumped up and sat on my hand, yeah, bit of the slag.
The dirty slag.
I know, it's a dirty slag, I didn't even get an outbook there. Sometimes that's not about to do.
They think we pay good money for spending. One of the contestants found out what the heat sink is.
Yes, it was off Walter Sorrell. Because I was talking to him on Facebook Messenger after he went on, and he said, "Oh, I can't tell you." I was like, come on. He's like, "I can't." He said, "I'm not allowed to say anything until you do." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then after it had been on, and I messaged him back, he told us all about it. And I asked Neil about it. Neil said, "Oh yeah, that's true."
Yeah, no one knew that.
Said the 5-day challenge. We'll just make sure this is thinning out a bit quicker because it's taking a bit of time. It doesn't seem to get as hot as it did yesterday. It could be, yeah. Yes.
Maybe. What we're doing here for?
Just keep hold of that. I'll take care of the back of it. Because it's like hitting a block of plasticine, so when you hit the plasticine it just like spreads out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So by using the bar and creating divots, then when you hammer it flat it basically stretches it out in one direction. I brought one pair of blacksmith's tongs down there, it ended up cracking. Cracking. And I brought another pair down here, and the jaw fell off. That's why I'm using these.
So I'm getting attacked. Just squeeze in there, son.
Yeah.
Well, Mozzie wipe anyone?
Not at the moment, thank you. I might have one in a
I
bit.
took one in your shoes.
Yeah, I'll have one now.
What's the Mozzie wipes? Mozzie wipes?
Oh, I'll try one.
Fucking eager to get a bit.
Oh, Mr. Ray Mears swears by deed.
You're only low concentration, then.
I swear by Avon's skin's so soft.
Yes, yes,
Fucking works
good
it
stuff
sweet.
that. I've just remembered I burnt my hand. It wasn't stinging till I've just remembered.
Yes, sir.
It's only a flesh wound.
Yeah. It'll be alright. If my thumb falls off, I'll find something else. Whittle a stick. Some of the burns on that, like on Forge and Fire, have been pretty nasty.
Is there a reason why you only hit it on the same two sides?
Because with a lot of them, if you're using, say, cast iron anvil, you would have to do it on both. But with something like a pressed steel or forged steel anvil, then the blow's rebounded, so basically when you hit it on one side, it's effectively hitting it on the other by the anvil.
Right.
But if you were making something like a round or something like that, then you would continue all the way around rather than allowing the surface to do half your work. But if you were using a forged steel anvil or a wrought iron with a forged steel top, it would be better than this. I mean, this is a 3-ply forge weld, so it's got a piece of low steel on the top and the bottom of it, and then it's got a piece of hardened steel in the centre.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a day just to go through it.
Yeah, but you know you love it.
Well, to Andrew Turner and Abigail, I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you're both well.
The blue one doesn't quite match. Shoot it straight. Good little bunny basher. I sat on a really good day. I've got some land up there by the castle there. And I sat on a really good day in this big dell. Hardly any wind, the grass was standing. Distilled tape.
A distilled taper, so like, if you can imagine the back of a blade, throw some words out, where the ricasso is, where like the handle is, where the handle starts on the blade. So you've got like the blade's a certain thickness at that point, and then a distilled taper is it thins down towards the point.
Right.
The idea is that if you create a distilled taper, it's less likely that you're going to create a fracture in the tip because you're releasing the sort of increasing the flexibility, as it were, with a distilled taper, that you're less likely to cause a crack. Doesn't mean that you're not going to damage it in the quench, but you know. Everyone loves a dreamer.
Are you quenching in oil or water?
Probably oil.
Have you got the oil ready?
No, I think that'll be a tomorrow job.
Just going to let it cool in the nail overnight.
Yeah. When we've done this, we'll stick it on the side. You are sorry?
Are you going to do some grind on it first?
Yes, before we harden it, yeah.
Made in Taiwan.
So when it comes down to it, basically, when it comes to the editing and such of the video, if you learn how to put a bleep in, you'll find that the editing's nowhere near as long.
Steam coming off your head, Paul.
Look at the steam coming off the forge.
Enjoy your shower tonight.
Yes. I'm just going to jump in the coal box.
Thought you were going to say you're going to jump in the stream.
No, I'm going to go to Sainsbury's tomorrow and sit in the fridge while they're shopping.
Do the cooler box challenge.
Yeah.
We'll start a new thing off.
I'll just open the ice freezer, stick my backside in there, and then just show me when you're done.
When you see Paul just clamber into one of the big fridges.
Yeah.
Just give me 10 minutes.